The woman turned on the flashlight and found herself trapped in a box. The walls around were all made of iron. She pushed with her hand, but the box didn't budge. Now she was extremely afraid. She kicked and pounded the box, crying for help from inside, but there was no response at all. She suddenly felt breathless. She looked underneath her body and found a mobile phone. It wasn't her own. The phone had a password. Using the emergency call, the woman called the police. She said she was attacked while at work and woke up trapped in this iron box, but she didn't know where the box was. If the police wanted to locate her through the signal, they needed to know the mobile carrier. She checked the phone immediately, but couldn't see the carrier information because it was locked. The police asked her to take out the SIM card. The phone had only half of its battery power left. She gave her work location and hung up the phone. She took off her work badge, held the flashlight in her mouth, took out a pin from the work badge, and inserted it into the hole of the SIM card slot. Finally, she took the SIM card out. She wrote down the carrier information with a pen and turned on the phone. She called the police again and provided the mobile carrier information. The officers said they had been to her company but found no useful clues. They would search for her location based on the mobile signal. Then the call was disconnected. She rolled over. The phone's password consisted of 4 numbers, representing 10,000 possibilities. She tried to enter a few times, but they were all wrong, and the phone was locked for 1 minute. At this time, the box trembled. She desperately pounded the box. Soon the vibration disappeared. She called the police again, saying she could feel the box moving from head to foot and could hear a clear sound of wheels sliding. The officer had located her approximate location and would conduct a search within a 500-meter radius to save her battery power. The officer asked her not to talk much. Then, a huge noise came, giving her a splitting headache. She picked up the phone and called the police, saying she heard a loud organ sound. Soon, the sound disappeared. The phone rang. The police said that according to the phone's signal, there was indeed a church nearby. It was very likely that she was trapped in the church. They would immediately start the rescue operation. The woman finally saw hope. She imagined that the police should be opening the door and would soon find her. But after waiting for 20 minutes, she began to feel anxious and asked about the progress of rescue. But they told her that they had turned the church upside down, but found no organ and also no trace of the iron box, as there were no more reliable clues. Continuing the search would be like finding a needle in a haystack. They decided to stop searching. The woman fell into despair. Now no one cared about her. She started kicking and scratching inside the box, but that still didn't help. She took out the phone, casually entered 41, and it opened this time. She called her husband, but no one answered. She tried to call other friends. As it was midnight, no one picked up. She left a message for her husband, asking him to come and save her, then checked the phone. The battery was running low. The woman felt the hope of escape was dim. She started leaving last words for her husband. As she spoke, tears flowed uncontrollably, and then, the phone rang a few times before running out of battery. The woman cried in despair. Suddenly, a beam of light shone down. The iron box was opened from above, and outside the dazzling light was her colleagues. She got up quickly. Her colleagues said this was a test of human brain, to see the reaction of brain substances in a peculiar state. She tried to recall something from the experiment. No, this was all her illusion. She was still trapped in this iron box.
脳幹出血を起こしています。何かで殴られたような衝撃があったはずです。歩いていたら後ろから誰かに殴られた。
It turned out that the woman's strong sense of suffocation was the doctor's laryngoscopy. The sensation of the box moving was the doctor pushing the bed in the hospital, and it was indeed from head to foot. The sound of a huge organ and the severe headache was during a brain CT scan in the hospital, and the illusion generated from the light was the doctor observing her eyeballs. The woman's current condition was a vegetative state, and her consciousness was still trapped in that iron box, possibly never to escape.